Hey guys, it's Thursday morning, day 2 of the trip. We just finished breakfast downstairs. It's about 7:20, and since we're 300 miles further west, the sun comes up a little bit later. It's still dark outside. The tropical storm Michael has made landfall, and we suspected the possibility that we were going to be stuck in a hotel today. So we drove through some rain yesterday, and I'm thinking, if this is as bad as the rain gets, it's not going to be too bad. But right now we've got heavy rain. It's quite breezy, and it's only going to get worse. So looks like today is going to be a washout. Looks like we're going to be stuck in a hotel. Well, go to the movies. There's a mall close by. Right now, the most important thing is we're dry. We have coffee. Well, it's us again. Nothing's really changed. It's later in the day. We're waiting for an Uber to go to lunch. Sweet potatoes, okay. And then we're going to stop, pick up something to drink for entertainment. So maybe go to the movie. We're going to do all that when we come back? Okay. So. Yep. So if we go to the movie and then go to the liquor store.
Probably frown on us bringing liquor into the...
Yeah, they have a thing about that. And our Uber has arrived.
Well, what do you do on a rainy day? You Google best restaurants in Winston-Salem and you take your chances. And it just happened that the restaurant we chose, Sweet Potatoes, was perfect. Perfect for our appetite, for the weather, for our mood, everything. It was Southern style cooking with a contemporary flair.
Yeah.
Absolutely delicious, soft jazz playing, warm tones in the decor, friendly wait staff. It was perfect. Do you remember what you ordered?
I had Mama's Meatloaf, which was an open-faced sandwich with mushroom gravy and little onion straws with a Tabasco sauce. It was decadent.
And I remember the fried okra and fried green tomatoes.
Yes.
With a bit of Tabasco.
Mm-hmm.
And sweet potato cornbread. First time I'd ever tried that, and it was scrumptious. And I think my entree was actually fried trout. Lots of fried foods. We don't normally eat fried foods at home, so it was a real treat.
Yes.
And it was the kind of meal that my grandmother would have been proud of, bless her soul.
And we had no idea that while we were there, the tropical storm was approaching with the center of circulation only about 50 miles to the south. We found it difficult to get an Uber ride for the 5 miles back to the hotel, which should have been a piece of cake. And then we went outside and watched the trees blow and the wind chimes chiming and water running. And we went to a coffee shop to try to get a better signal for Uber. And a local came in and said, trees are down, power is out. And it was interesting.
4 hours to ride 5.5 miles.
4.5 hours.
But it was worth it to go to Sweet Potatoes.
Yep. Well, it's the third day of the trip, and something very strange, very bizarre has happened. The sky has turned blue. Just blue. And it's cold. It's in the maybe almost 60, coming up on 60, maybe.
I think it's in the 60s.
Think it is? Okay. Well, we're wearing a lot of our layers today. Ready to 177 miles to Maggie Valley. So we are on our way. The storm has blown completely through the area. It's out in the North Atlantic now. So we survived yesterday. So here we go. Trying to anticipate the layering needed is always tricky. Now that the weather is a little cooler this morning, it's not quite 60. So Miriam has decided, as I have done, to go ahead and put on the rain gear, just because it adds as a wind and vapor barrier. And don't we match?
So we were almost at Maggie Valley when we decided to take a rest stop. And as we're driving in, John recognizes another Spyder in the parking lot. So he rides over so we could say hello and see if they were going to the rally. And sure enough, they were. And we met Dave and Jackie from Winston-Salem. And we hit it off immediately. We had a great conversation and actually ended up stalking them all weekend long. Which was wonderful. I think that's how I would define serendipity.
And I was quoted as saying when we were at a pub one night before we left with some other friends, is like, it's amazing the kind of people you could just meet in a public restroom.
And it's the truth.
It was in the parking lot of I-40's rest stop.
Got to be open to the possibility.
Yes.
We arrived at the Maggie Valley Parade Grounds where the Spyder Rally was being held and immediately ran into Kevin and Christy. So all 6 of us took the opportunity to have lunch before we all went our separate ways so we can check into our respective accommodations. Later that evening, we returned to the fair to take part in a sunset group ride to the neighboring town of Cherokee, North Carolina. The only really big, look at this, we went from riding with Terry to 50 plus Spyders. But I have to tell you, riding those curvy mountain roads in the dark for the first time was a tad bit intimidating. Well, guys, we're going to wind down today's video. It's been
Quite a day.
quite a day. We're here at our Comfort Inn at the Maggie Valley Fairgrounds. We really enjoyed having the opportunity to meet some of our subscriber friends.
It was a good. We got to have lunch with Kevin and Chrissy, and we met Cadillac Mike and Lori and Rudy and Kim, and really enjoyed chatting with them. It was really an endorphin rush day.
It was, and then Serendipity. I can't pronounce the word.
Serendipitous?
What she said, meeting at a rest stop outside of Winston-Salem. On our way in, we got to meet some other Spyder riders coming in.
Dave and Jackie.
Dave and Jackie,
that was
and
really nice.
we went out and had dinner with them this evening. It was great. Anyway, it's just a hoot to be around so many other Spyder drivers who enjoy the ride.
So y'all have a good one, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching. Take care.
Bye.